What's up, Quad Cortex users? This is Steve Sterlacci. It's been over a month since we got the new update from Neural DSP for your Quad Cortex. This is 3.1. Yeah, I'm late to the party. Basically, I've been on the road since Thanksgiving. So since the end of November, and by the time we got home, it was Christmas. Then I flew to Florida to be with my parents. And then we literally just got home this week. So I'm trying to get my life back together. A lot of stuff planned for the channel right now. A couple of updates here. I'm thinking about planning my favorite gear of 2024. I know it's late. Is it too late? Am I too late? Does it matter? Just want to do like a summary of the gear that I used most in 2024. Quad Cortex being one of those for sure. And yeah, other cool news. This week I'm heading down to Nashville. So if you're in Nashville, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to meet up, have some coffee, go see some great live music, and do some guitar hangs. Jess is doing some TV appearances that I'll be playing on and doing some writing sessions. So I'll be around looking to get into trouble if anybody's in town. After that, heading to NAMM. Obviously, I go to NAMM every single year. It's my favorite thing to do. So if you see me at NAMM, come say hello and let's hang out. And I'm thinking about doing some live silent stage episodes from NAMM, having some guys or girls, whoever players hang out and actually do the podcast live. But yeah, today's topic, the new update 3.1. Again, I'm late to the party, but it is what it is. So the coolest thing for me that was added, and not just added in Quad Cortex, but added to my personal collection, I just picked this up. This is a 1964 Deluxe Reverb, a real one, not a reissue. It's been a dream amp of mine forever. I found one on Facebook Marketplace. These things never come up for sale. And I got a decent price on it. It's a Fender Electric Instrument Co. badge. It's not even, nothing to do with the 65. It's an actual 64, August 64. So it's one of the first ones to come off the line when they started making the Deluxe Reverb. Really excited to have it. And now they've put that in Quad Cortex. So I did an overview of what's in this. You all know what's in it by now. So we're just going to build a preset using some cool stuff, and I've got a little bit of a surprise for you all. Also, guys, I'm so close to 40K subs. I wanted to hit 40K before I get to NAMM, which is literally coming up so fast. It's under 10 days away. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you like Quad Cortex content, consider hitting that button and helping me out here. Also, if you haven't checked out the Silent Stage podcast, I've got a podcast with all digital modeling. It's all pros from every walk of life in the industry that are using digital modelers live. So go check that out if you haven't. Let's get to it. So you see, they just added the octave chorus, metal box, meat box subsynth, harmonic tremolo, and a wah pedal. We also now have the ability to momentarily bypass our foot switches. So you could just right click, and under assigned foot switch, you now have latching in momentary, so that when you press the foot switch for the duration that your foot is down, your bypass assignment will happen. So if it's a sustainer or a solo boost or something that you only need for like one specific note or one short passage, you just tap on that, hold it down, and for the duration, it'll be on, and then you pull off and it bypasses. And just to go over here, another thing, we got bulk editing when you're doing your presets, captures, and impulse responses through the directory. That's all good quality of life stuff. And now the master volume assignment, that's pretty cool that now whatever you're using to control volume-wise, you can control just from touching the master. So you can check or uncheck whatever you want to dial in volume-wise. But the updated devices are, we have a vintage 64 Deluxe, which is going to be the focus of today's video, and the free preset that I'm going to be putting up for you guys on the cloud. Here's what I've done. Bear with me. I've got my real 64 Deluxe here. I made a capture of it, and I compared it with the modeled one, but I also compared the two fake ones to my real one, which I still have in the effects loop. So I just made the fresh capture of this, and I've got it in the effects loop so that I can actually go back and forth between all three and try them out. This is the spring reverb setting that I settled on. This was probably the hardest part, was finding the right spring reverb, because the real spring reverb is just so hard to beat. And I think I got pretty close. I'm using my go-to IR that my friend Rod Castro put me onto. This is the York Audio M65 Mix 1. So this is a creamback. I've got the amp going into my Sur Reactive Load IR with the IR coming from here. And that whole thing is baked into this capture, which I'm putting up for free. And now I'm going with the Deluxe Reverb model into the same IR. I think that about covers it. Let's do it. So where do we start here? A lot of cool stuff. I tried to get the amp sounding as close as I can. At the end of the day, if it sounds close enough, it's good enough. I mean, who's to say one's better or worse than the other? I personally am happy with where I wound up here with all this. So let's start off with the real amp. I've got this set up in hybrid mode. So I've got my snapshot, I've got my scenes here on the bottom, and I've got my model toggle. So this is toggling me back and forth between the model and the capture, and these scenes are toggling me between the fake and real amp. One thing, Neural, come on guys, let us set this to a foot switch. Parameter control via foot switch. It's something I've been asking for a really long time. This would have been much easier to do that way, where I could just assign this to a foot switch rather than having to eat up two scenes. So now I have to use scene E and scene F and go back and forth with two foot switches, where if I could just set this up to be an A-B on one switch, it would have saved me some logistic room, if you will. So I'm gonna call that logistically. That would be an advantage. And yeah, I'm splitting here, doing the normal split, balance split. So when I'm going from back and forth, you see it's going from 0 to 10 between the fake and the real amp. And obviously all right, so let's start off with the real amp. This is going through that downward half of the effects loop. And here we go. By the way, I'm using a Strat. I'm told that I don't use Strats enough on the channel. I just built this parts caster. I had my friends from Division Street put it together for me. This is the new Sir Strat bridge. This is the vintage 6 saddle. Go get one of these if you can find one from Sir. These new bridges that he made are really, really exceptionally good. So kind of clean, kind of edge of breakup-ish, going to middle position. And bridge. Back to the neck. And now let's go to the capture of the same amp. Back to the real. Is there a little more gain on the real one now? I drove myself crazy with ear fatigue trying to get this right. Okay, so now let's go back to our fake and let's go back to the model. So this is the model. Pretty awesome. And let's compare that with the real. I mean, they're so close enough. They did a really nice job with this model. Let's check some cleanup on here. Let's go to 7. I mean, it just sounds like it could be two different versions of the same amp. I think it's close enough to be called the same sound, right? Let's go back to the capture. I mean, I go back and forth all the time, and I feel like I can't. Sometimes I feel like the difference is like, oh yeah, it's so obviously the real amp. And then other times I'm like, I can't tell the difference. While we're here, let's talk about reverbs. Man, getting their spring reverb is really hard to do. So if I'm just going to do this. Maybe the mix is a little bit hotter on here. Let's bring this down even more. It's like the real one is a little bit faster. And it just sounds a little bit cleaner. But yeah, let's roll with it. I'm going to eliminate this for now. So we're going to get rid of the whole split because that's not really going to affect you guys. That was just to make a point. So we're getting rid of the split. Now we're just straight across one sound, sticking with the fake. Yeah, this has got to come way up. All right, so I wind up back at zero for my. I mean, that's really close, right? Let's go to the neck. And yeah, those are my settings for it. If you guys want to just copy those, again, the preset's going to be up for free. So. I don't know. There's something a little bit maybe cleaner and a little bit more of that plasticky Fender sound to the top end from the capture. All right, so we've got a killer basic Strat sound. Let's check out some of the other cool things that were added in the update. We've got that harmonic tremolo. That's something I want to check out. Let's check this out. Really nice, subtle at that setting. And you've got all of your different shapes here. So you can mess around with all these different ones. Sine is the traditional, good old tried and true. So I'd probably keep it there. That bass octave pedal. So you can be a fake bass player if you wanted to. Cool. I've never been a huge octave guy, but it does have its place. There's a couple of songs that we've done that maybe I can use it for. You can actually totally fake bass playing. So if you're recording by yourself, you could throw this on, be a fake bass player. Sounds pretty decent. Let's check out this subharmonic synthesizer. No idea what to expect from this. I'm probably using this totally wrong. Nice fatness there. I don't mind that at all. You hear it more on the lower strings. I wonder if that's a characteristic of the pedal. Yeah, that's enough of that for me. Not bad though. It's pretty cool. And obviously we got new plugins. I didn't buy them. Sorry. I don't have the plugins ready for this video, but let's hit this with a ODR1. I don't know. I mean, they both sound good there. I feel like the model stays a little bit warmer with the overdrive, and the capture seems to have a little bit more headroom with it. You get a little bit more springiness out of the capture, but you can probably remedy that with some high cuts, low cuts. This is what I'm doing with the IR, by the way. But yeah, so that is quick look at the additions to the 3.1 update, as well as this preset will be for free. I'm going to delete the IR. Obviously, I can't give you the IR, but if you happen to have that York Audio IR, you could check that out. I'll put the preset with these amp settings so that you have the somewhat matched amp sounds, or you could just take the capture and the spring reverb and do whatever you want with those. And if you want the nobles, I'll keep that in there too. So this will be the preset that you can download, and hopefully you guys use this. Basically, the star of the show is that Deluxe Reverb. Sounds really close to mine. I'm curious what it's going to sound like in post. I might have ear fatigue from trying so hard to get this to match, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you see me in Nashville or NAMM, come say hi. Let's hang out. And yeah, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.